Welcome to Travel Market Life, your companion for industry insights and professional business development. Travel Market Life. Join us by webcast, video or podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Best of 2023, and this episode we're looking at Hoteliers Voice Season 3. It was the most successful Hoteliers Voice so far, and I'll be unveiling which was the most successful interview that we'd had this year. Now in this episode we're going to be hearing from Columbia Beach Resorts, Best Western, Outrigger and Headland Hotel. But before I do, let's just give you a few stats. So, congratulations, thank you ever so much for listening. Yes, 220% more listeners this year, with 52 episodes and 85 guests. We're incredibly proud of the fact that we've also managed to attain an industry average ratio of women leadership within our guests at 26%. But of course, we can do better, and so can the industry do a lot better as well. But let's get to some of the best conversations that we had from Hoteliers Voice Season 3.
Travel Market Life.
2 episodes in, and we were speaking to Monica Corbetta, the general manager of Columbia Beach Resort, where she talked to us about how she uses digital to augment the luxury experience. An absolutely fascinating conversation where she actually delved into the wider tech stack and the importance of the type of integrations. But first, I was asking her why guest-facing technology was so important.
Guest-facing technology and digital systems are crucial for Columbia Beach Resort because they enhance the overall guest experience and streamline the operations. By implementing these technologies, the resort can provide a seamless and convenient stay for guests, allowing them to easily access information, services, and amenities. Not only that, it also enables to gather valuable information about the guest, valuable profile information that can be used to personalize the guest service and improve the operational efficiency. Correct. We are using tablets with another system to check in guests in the lobby or in the room if they like to check in the suite, in the comfort of their suite, or in by the pool. I mean, they can check in wherever they want. They are not standing at a cold front desk, having to pull out the papers and the IDs, but they can sit at the bar, enjoy their favorite drink, and check in, getting all the information from the receptionist.
So here, technology isn't only improving the processes, but also the entire guest experience. Not too bad being able to walk straight into a hotel, grab yourself a drink, and someone comes up to you to do the check-in. But she also talks about the impact it actually has on the staff and the benefits that they gain from the type of service they can deliver.
It makes you approach the guest in a more friendly way. Being behind the counter, it makes you feel like, you have a barrier in front of you, which is the desk. So the staff, they feel more, closer to the guest. They have a different interaction with them when they are sitting in the bar and they're having the drink. They're talking about other things, not necessarily about information about the resort. So they make the guests feel comfortable, and they feel more comfortable themselves to give information according to what the guest requires, which is very important for us, the guest profile. Being a boutique resort with a limited number of rooms, let's say 169 rooms. So we are very much focused into personalizing the service. So the guest profile for us is very important.
Whilst this is all important in helping the guest experience, she also talks about how it alleviates a lot of pressures on staff in general operations.
Staff are facilitated by these technologies. Something that you used to do manually before, in the heat of 40 degrees, sometimes in Cyprus can be very hot outside. So it's done by a computer. And this is very good because instead of going to the suite and checking if it's clean, you see it on a digital screen. You see it on your mobile app. So you don't have to work up there. There are some villas. Most of our villas, they do not have lifts. So you have to just go up and down the stairs.
Travel Market Life.
The guest that launched Hoteliers Voice Season 3 had actually appeared on Travel Market Live twice in 2023. He is Chris Bowling, Head of Digital Marketing E-Commerce at Best Western UK. I had originally spoken to him at the International Hotel Technology Forum about utilising of data and direct campaigns. And in this episode, we explore this in a little bit more detail and how he went around looking at the role of performance marketing and the value behind it. Particularly interesting as to why they decided to go down the route of brand campaign.
We, over the past, 5 to 8 years, as performance marketing has become more and more prevalent, we've become so focused on putting more money into that pot because you can so effectively measure all the channel and all your return, which is like the big temptation about performance marketing. You can go, oh, I'll try this new channel, see how it performs. Oh, great, I've got more revenue coming in. You can measure everything. But in some ways, it can be a little bit short-sighted because you can only you get the best performance on people who are already searching for your brand. All we're doing is bidding on the same people who are already aware of our brand. We weren't pouring more people into the top of the funnel. So we kind of went back to our core. We looked at those stories as that is the main thing that we have. And we are independent hotels. They are supporting local communities. So we are doing good things for the communities. So that all comes Booking Good, version 1. So we first year was very much that education piece, trying to get that message across in a really nice way, focus mainly on TV, digital, kind of the wide spread with TV, and then the focused doubling down on more specific groups of audiences through kind of Facebook and YouTube.
We then look at how they capture data and utilise that data in the most effective way.
Kind of opt-in forms on Wi-Fi signups, and that's been a really great source of data for us as well. And so that gives us a wealth of people who have potentially stayed via an OTA, have stayed, enjoyed the brand, but haven't booked direct. So that's a really rich pot for us to get involved with. We built our own technology within our website so we can essentially give parity to ensure that we've always got the same cheapest rate. So that's been a really huge development for us and something that's making an impact because we can directly see if a hotel is not in parity, conversion rate goes down. Why would you book with us when it's £10 cheaper on booking.com, for example? You just wouldn't.
Travel Market Life.
Data's always been a fascinating conversation when it comes to Hoteliers Voice, and speaking to James Wilson, Director of Business Intelligence and Analytics Services at Outrigger Hospitality Group, really gave us some insight on how to utilise data within the team and get buy-in to create a real data culture across the organisation. A question I threw at James was, what advice would you give to those who are looking to recruit a business intelligence specialist?
Good question. So in the role of BI or data analytics, you definitely want someone that's hungry and have that curiosity to learn and look for complex challenges that the business may be facing. It may not even necessarily be a data-driven issue, but it could be, this is broken in our company. How can we resolve this? As something in distribution, as an example. So someone that can kind of think outside of the box and maybe be able to look and point towards data and say, the data is telling me this. We can take this information and improve in these areas, and this should be able to increase productivity, increase revenues, or just decrease the amount of time spent on a particular process.
Travel Market Life.
Closing off Season 3 Hoteliers Voice was Varian Palmer, the director of family-owned Headland Hotel Cornwall, who I had a chance to meet at the Independent Hotel Show London and talk all about artificial intelligence. Fascinating conversation with someone who really obviously takes their time with their staff to identify the best ways to move forward. So I put to her, what gave her the confidence to go with AI?
I think to be brutally honest, we didn't know. We were, by all accounts, one of the first hotels to really pick up and run with this live chat idea. It had been present, you'd see it on some of the very big sort of PLC PLCs with a gas company, an electric company, but hospitality hadn't really adopted it. And we didn't know if it was going to work, but we had to do something. We just had, nearly 4 months of lockdown. We were seeing an immense amount of business pressure on a number of people trying to make reservations. And I think people had got to a place where they weren't always looking on their desktop or their laptops. They were using phones a lot. And it's actually quite hard to find things on websites using a phone. You can't do your sort of Control F function to try and find dogs, any mention of a dog. Can you bring a dog to the hotel? So I think it's sort of with the rise of phone usage to try and find information on a hotel website, which for a lot of people is one of their sort of biggest single expenditures in a year is a week of holiday. And so you want to make sure you've got all the answers, and using a chatbot, you can find that very quickly.
I particularly enjoyed how straightforward Verianna is explaining the reasoning and an approach that she takes with her team. I also wanted to know a bit more about how she really gets her staff involved and behind some of this decision making.
I think we run quite a flat organisation in terms of any team member can spot something good, whether it's technological or operational or design, and bring it forward. And certainly there are, I think, having a young team at the Headland, the majority of the team are under the age of sort of 35, has meant that people come forward with very clever ideas that they've seen online, that they've read about, that they've heard about in online forums to approach things. And I think just being open and allowing people to say, I think I've got an idea that we could do that would be better, and do this better or do that better, means that whilst I would say that we're not a technology hungry organisation as such, we're not at the forefront, cutting edge of technology. When we can see that something would work, then we can often move quite quickly. Being an independent family-owned hotel means you can move quickly, make decisions, and go with something. So when there is a different solution to something using technology, then we very much would want to adopt that, yes.
Travel Market Life.
What a series. I honestly cannot believe we've got to the end of season 3 of A Hotelier's Voice, and we already have a number of hotels lined up to speak to us in 2024, so watch out for season 4. What I love about it is just the range of the type of people that I'm speaking to. From large hotel chains like the Radisson and the Accords, to the Best Westerns, right down to the Headland Hotels or the Columbia Beach Resorts, the true single independent properties. So a lot more of that is coming in due course. So do you want to know which was the most popular Hotelier's Voice of season 3? Oh, let me not let you wait any longer. It was Season 3, Episode 1, How Best Western Built a Direct Campaign with Guest Profiling with Chris Bowling. So congratulations. Now you can check out the next and last Best of 2023, where we look at our new series, Hotel Partner, and delve into some of the other statistics of the impact that travel market life has had on the industry. Thanks for listening.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.